Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to Biology Online class. This is Salmakta Sweetie, and in this video we will learn about the excretory system of our body. We'll focus especially on the functions of nephron. How a nephron work inside the kidney. First of all, we have to know about what is excretory system. The term excretion is made from two words, ex, which means out, and cret, which means to flow. So the process of removal of waste products from the body is known as excretion, and the organ that participate in the excretion process of poisonous waste products produced from different metabolic activities inside our cells are collectively called the excretory system. This system consists of specialized structures that we call usually organs and capillary networks, including our veins and our arteries. These capillary networks helps or assist in the excretory processes. The human excretory system includes the kidney and its functional unit, the nephron. So what are excreted? The most important waste product is the nitrogenous waste product. Nitrogenous waste products are produced from the metabolism of proteins we eat. We all know that proteins are the only source of nitrogen, and when proteins are broken down for energy or production of any other substances for our body, there are some waste products are produced that are nitrogenous waste product. These include ammonia, urea, uric acid and creatinine. And other substances that are excreted include excessive salts, excessive water and excessive acids. These all substances are excreted as urine. This is the composition of normal urine, and in the urine there is 96% water, 2% urea. Rest 2% include uric acid, creatinine, ammonia and some salts ions such like sodium, potassium, chloride, phosphate, etc. So why the excretion is needed? Because the waste products that are produced during the metabolism or breaking and synthesis of necessary substances in our body, these are not needed for our body, and if they get deposited inside the cells, they might cause various diseases such like kidney damage or back pain or muscle pain and etc., kidney stones, and these ultimately can cause death. So this is the organs in our excretory system. This organ is called kidney and it is the main excretory organ. There are two kidneys, they are bean shaped. This is the renal vein. Vein always carry the carbon dioxide enriched blood, and this is renal artery. Artery always carry oxygen enriched blood. These two tubes from two kidneys is called ureter, and this bag-like organ is called urinary bladder, and the exit pathway is called urethra. Blood enters the kidney through renal arteries and leaves to renal veins. So kidneys are the main organ in the excretory system and they are called filter because they act like a filter. These are two bean-shaped organs about 10 cm long and 6 cm wide, located on either side of our backbone. Right side kidney is slightly lower than left side, and our kidneys filter about 1700 liters of blood daily in the average adult. So you're seeing a three-dimensional picture of kidney, but if you cut the kidney at the middle, then you will see inside the kidney such like this image. There are many parts in the kidney. In this kidney, the membrane that is covering the inner parts is called the renal capsule, and adjacent to the renal capsule, this marked portion that I have marked purple color is called renal cortex, and after that this portion is called renal medulla. Medulla is from middle word, so this part is in the middle of the kidney, that's why it is called renal medulla. The other parts include renal artery, renal pelvis. Pelvis is a funnel like organ. Then renal vein, and finally this tube is called renal ureter. But kidneys are composed of millions of nephron, and nephron located in the cortex and in the medulla. So the important parts of the kidney include cortex, medulla, hilum, and the pelvis. But the most important functional unit of the kidney is the nephron. Why nephron is the functional unit? Because the function of the kidney, that is the filtration, is done inside the nephron. So nephrons are located in the cortex and in the medulla of the kidney. Here this is marked. This upper portion is cortex and the lower portion it is the medulla. And in the nephron, if we start from this is the afferent arteriole. Arteriole is from artery, and this blood vessel is smaller than the artery, that's why it is called arteriole. And afferent means going toward the center, and this afferent arteriole is entering into the center, that's why it is called afferent arteriole. And afferent arteriole will divide into many blood vessels and form a filter like or net like organ that is called glomerulus, and it will exit in this pathway, and this is called the efferent arteriole. Efferent means going away from the center, so it is getting out from the center, that's why it is called efferent arteriole. So glomerulus is the first portion of the nephron, and beside the glomerulus there is in this figure, it is the yellow portion, this is called Bowman's capsule. There is hollow space inside the Bowman's capsule, and the glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule together form the renal corpuscles or Malpighian body. Then this part here is a curved tube, it is called proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal means near, This is near the glomerulus, that's why it is called proximal, and convoluted means curved. So this portion is called proximal convoluted tubule. Tubule means smaller tube. And then this part is called loop of Henle, and in the loop of Henle this portion is going lower and it is called the descending limb, and this portion is going upward, this is called the ascending limb. The descending limb is permeable for water and it only permits water to go in and out. The ascending limbs permeable for ions and it permits only ions to pass. Thus their absorption and reabsorption helps to osmoregulate our body. And then the next part, this part is called the distal tubule, distal convoluted tubule. This part, this tube is also curved, that's why it is called convoluted, and distal means far away. Distal means far away. So this tubule is distant from the glomerulus, that's why it is called distal convoluted tubule. And the last, this distal convoluted tubule joins with this tubule, it is called yellow colored tubule in this figure is called the collecting duct. In the collecting duct there will many nephrons will join together and form a collecting duct. Collecting duct collect the urine. In this figure you can see how nephrons are connected to the collecting tubule. So nephrons are made up of two pairs renal corpuscles that include Bowman's capsule and glomerulus renal tubule, where three types of tubule: proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule. So how nephrons work? That includes some physiological processes. First one is the filtration. We all know that filtration is passing a liquid or gas through a filter to remove waste, and in this case this glomerulus functions as the filter, and glomerulus filters the blood. Filters the blood. The materials filtered from the blood include water, urea, glucose, salts, amino acids. Because the Bowman's capsule membrane, the membrane of this Bowman's capsule here adjacent to the glomerulus is permeable or porous, and it permits only smaller substances to go inside, and the smaller substance include this water, urea, the waste products, and some salts or amino acids. Some vitamins also can enter into the glomerulus Bowman's capsule. But the plasma proteins, cells such like RBC, WBC or platelets remain in the blood because they are too large to pass through the capillary walls. And inside that is from the blood 1/5 1/5 of the liquid is filtered into the Bowman's capsule, where many necessary substances are have gone, such like glucose, salts, and amino acid. These are necessary for our body. So this substance, what is inside the Bowman's capsule, is not the urine. This is called filtrate, and from this filtrate we have to absorb the necessary elements that have gone, such like glucose, salts, and amino acid. So that process is called reabsorption. That is, most of the material removed from the blood at Bowman's capsule makes it way back into the blood. The process by which their way back into the blood is called the reabsorption. Almost 99% of the water that enters Bowman's capsule reabsorbed into the blood, and our urines are concentrated in the tubule part. And the other physiological processes including the secretion and excretion. So in summary, we can say the functions of kidney includes the elimination of unwanted and harmful substances as urine, and it maintains the balance of mineral salts by reabsorption. As we know that concentration of salts inside the blood determines the blood pressure, so it can control the blood pressure. And a more important function of kidney is to maintain the balance of water, that is called osmoregulation, because we know that osmosis is the passing of solvent substance, and inside our body water is the most important solvent substance, and mainly water passing is done in the osmosis. And kidney functions to maintain the balance of water, because we know that water is called life and it is a very important substance for our body, so water must be reabsorbed, and excess water must not be excreted. So thus kidney regulates the balance of water. This is a home task for you. Submit it before the next class, the next Wednesday. So thank you all. Allah Hafiz. Take care. All the best to you.